Welcome to the Forever Fit Balance and Stability exercises for fall prevention. Today we are going to discuss shoulder and hip exercises that can be done lying on your side. You might be wondering why we're doing shoulder exercises when we are a fall prevention and balance exercise video. Our shoulders and our arms are a key component when we are carrying objects. If we lack strength and stability in our core and in our arms and shoulders, then we are at a greater risk for falling. So I wanted to share with you a few simple exercises to help you maintain shoulder mobility, shoulder stability, and shoulder endurance for general living. Many people as they age tend to get shoulder problems, have had rotator cuff issues or neck issues, and the stronger that you keep your shoulder muscles and your thoracic spine, the less likely you are to have pain and discomfort in your shoulders when doing activities. So I hope you enjoy these 4 shoulder exercises and these 4 hip exercises coming up in the video. This exercise routine can be done on the floor, on a massage table, on your bed. Any place that is comfortable and safe for you is okay to do this routine. The routine is going to be all performed on your side. We're going to do one side and then switch to the other side. As I said earlier, we're going to focus on our hips and our shoulder mobility. So I'm going to start with a very basic exercise where I am holding my top arm straight out in front of me, and I'm going to retract my shoulder blade or pull my elbow back and pinch my shoulder blade towards my spine. This is a rubbing motion, okay? We don't normally do it lying on our side. Normally we would be doing it sitting upright or standing. Because we're on our side, it's going to impact some different muscles and actually make the movement a little bit less tiring on your deltoid. And it's going to enable you to engage more of your shoulder blade muscles, which is our goal. You want to be keeping your arm parallel to the floor and moving it away from your body or forward, and then pulling it back. And as you go back, you want to pull your shoulder blade towards your spine. After doing that one, we're going to go right into what's called a external rotation rotator cuff movement. And we're going to do 5 reps of that. So we're going to keep our elbow by our side, right up on our rib cage. We're going to drop our hand down towards the floor, and then we're going to bring our forearm up towards the ceiling while maintaining this arm position against your hip. Now, this exercise can be very tiring very quickly. So don't be discouraged if your arm starts to get very tired really quickly. I only want you to do 5 of those. We started out with 10 of the rows and 5 of the external rotations. Now we're going to go palm facing forward, okay? Thumb pointed towards the ceiling, elbow straight at our side, and we're going to lift up and we're going to stretch over as far as we feel comfortable going. Some of you may only want to get to here or here or here, but work through a pain-free range of motion and try and move your shoulder blade away from your rib cage as this arm goes up and over. It's a great stretch and a low-level exercise. You may also feel a little bit of discomfort if you have some shoulder problems right when you get started, but push through them and work through the range, and it should loosen up as you continue to do this. I want you to do 10 of those. So you have 10 of the first exercise, 5 of the second, and 10 of the third. The final exercise you're going to do is we're going to place our hand on the floor straight out from our shoulder. And this is similar to the last exercise. We're going to move in a arcing motion. I'm going to slide my hand in the direction of my head and then back down in the direction of my hip. So we're going to keep your hand along the ground or slightly hovering, and we're going to move through this range of motion right here, this arcing range of motion. And we'll start here. Actually, we'll start here and we'll do 10 repetitions up and back. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and so on. And do 10 of those if you can. After you do those, switch to the other side and repeat those 4 exercises. That's your shoulder routine to mobilize your shoulder and stimulate some shoulder blade mobility. Now we're going to move on down to the hip, and we're going to start with our legs straight. This hand is going to be on the floor. Legs are stacked on top of each other. Feet are flexed. Toes are pulled towards your knees. And what I want you to do is lift your leg about 4 to 6 inches off the floor or off your other foot and go back down in a very short range of motion. You're going to do 10 of those, but we're not going to go up high. We're going to start with a very short range and do it very slow and controlled. And really try and feel these muscles. The reason I'm having you do such a short range of motion is I want to isolate those outer hip muscles and not rely on some of these bigger abdominal muscles or your back muscles to do the work. So 10 repetitions very slowly. After you do that, take a short break, 5 or 10 seconds, rest your leg, and then I want you to bend your knee, your top knee that is, and then I want you to drop your foot, if you can, to the floor behind your other leg. Knee is bent to 90, and then we're going to come back up to parallel to the ground, and then back down to the floor and back up. It's only going to be maybe 4 to 6 inches. So it's this knee bent 90, and we're going to go to the floor and back. I'm going to turn over and demonstrate it to you this way so you might be able to see it better. So my knee is bent 90 degrees here, and I've dropped it down to the floor, and I'm going to come back up here. So down to the floor and up. Keeping my top knee on my bottom knee, and I'm just dropping my foot to the floor with my knee bent to 90 degrees. That's exercise number 2. We're going to do 10 of all the exercises for the hips, and we have 2 additional exercises to go. This third exercise is going to be a knee to the elbow. And what I want you to do is try and keep your knee close to the floor and bring your thigh towards your elbow, and then bring it back down. And then let it rest briefly on your bottom leg, and then repeat. When I say briefly, just for like a half a second. So that's 2, rest, come back. 3, rest. 4, rest. And 5, rest. Good. That is exercise number 3. We'll do 10 of those also. And our final exercise is going to be hip internal rotation with a straight leg. So what I want you to do is take your top leg and swing it forward just a little bit and rest your foot on the ground. And from there, I want you to lift your heel and point your knee towards the floor while keeping your toe on the ground. So this toe here is staying on the ground, and I'm lifting my heel away from the ground, pointing my toe towards the ground, and trying to turn my knee towards the ground or the floor. So we're rotating this way with our hip. Try to keep the knee straight while you're doing this. You're going to do 10 reps of those. So run through these 4 exercises and then switch to the other side and do the other side. So you got your 4 shoulder exercises and 4 hip exercises. These can be done every single day. They are great for mobilizing your hip, which will help with balance and keeping mobility in your shoulder. I'd love it if you could do us a big favor at the end of this video. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube page, click the subscribe button right in the middle. And please share our video with any friends you have, forward it to them, post it on Facebook or Twitter or any other place that you do social media. And I hope everyone has a wonderful week, and I will see you with our next fall prevention and balance exercise video.